guys, I'm back with another video, and in this video I wanted to discuss some things of a sensitive nature in regards to child abuse and pedophilia and the epidemic of it. So if you are easily triggered by these topics and you're sensitive to them, then I suggest this may not be the best video for you to watch, but I'm making this video mainly to inform people even more so of the seriousness of this issue, especially as I am a victim of such abuse myself. So I want to advocate for children's rights, and that's why I'm making this video. Even if 5 people watch this video, then that's 5 people I've reached, and 5 people who've become made even more aware of this epidemic. So recently there was a viral uproar against Google because Google was allowing content of children posed in suggestive manners all over its search results. You just typed in TV, television, and film, which was code words that pedophiles were using, and all over Google's search results you would see these photos of underage girls posed very provocatively. They were not nude, none that I saw, thankfully, but they were still very disturbing. It was obvious that these images were to target, they were marketed towards pedophiles, and it was very sad. And 2 things really disturbed me about this, and one is that Google, who pays its employees good amounts of money to monitor their content, allowed this to happen, and second of all, that it was up for so long, and I think it just recently got taken down. And that's really sad. And pedophilia, pedophiles, I believe, are people who have a sickness that have chosen to not get the help that they need. And how do I say this? I believe that it is a sickness, and I can make a whole other video on my theories of it, a sickness from scars and trauma, or just having unhealthy, unnatural urges that the active abusers of pedophilia have not gotten help for. It's absolutely sad, and in my opinion, it is very wrong. And especially being a child of abuse, I will always advocate for children's rights, because as a child of abuse, no one advocated for my rights. So that's another reason why I'm making this video. So yes, on that note, pedophiles are sick individuals and they need help. That's what the key point is. Ignore the background noise, that's a motorcycle. Anyways, so Google had this content up, and I don't know if Google uploaded the content. My hunch is that somebody or a small group of people from Google had a play at this, because it was up for so long. They were using code words, and I wouldn't have believed this unless I saw it for myself. And not only did I see it for myself, these disturbing images, but other people saw these images too, and it's wrong. The FBI put out a webpage a few years ago about logos that pedophiles use to mark their victims. And it is very sad, but I think I will insert an image of these logos so that you know how to keep more of a vigilant eye out. I'm sure they still have new logos they're using, but I'm sure they're still using some of these logos too. So I will insert an image right here. Okay, so, and this is really sad. There are too many cases of child abuse, especially during these days of lockdown. Child abuse rates are going up, and that is awful, and it is sad, and it is wrong. And I wish I could save every single abused child there were. I really wish I could. But I want to talk and, like I said, make it known that even Google had a play at this. When you look in children's TV and magazines, and in children's toys, there's a lot of over-sexualization. And it's wrong, and it's sad. I saw an episode on a child's cartoon once that was marked on Netflix for children ages 5 to 7, under the description. And in one of these episodes, there was a teenage boy watching a girl get undressed in a dressing room. And I was so appalled, I turned it off. I wouldn't let my niece and nephew watch it. In another child's TV show, I saw children dancing with towels, and they were faced to the camera. These were cartoon babies. It was a cartoon doll baby film, and it was marketed to children. And these babies, like I said, were faced to the camera, where their back would be like this, and they were holding nothing but a towel. They had just gotten out of the bath. And these are little, discreet little signs a lot of, sadly, companies and businesses targeted to children use. I'm not going to say all of them. I'm not going to name names. I don't want to get sued, but it's something to keep an eye out. There's something wrong when even Google is allowing search images to be posted of children in suggestive clothing, posed in sexually provocative poses. When pedophiles are using logos to mark their, I'm sad to say, mark their victims. When you see in TV, children's TV, and in children's toys, that there is an over-sexualization. You see a lot of children in beauty pageants in very sexual provocative attire. It's really sad. I saw a documentary, a little snippet of like a 7-year-old girl dancing at a beauty pageant. She had a mini skirt on and a jacket. But what got me the most is after she was dancing, she undid her jacket to reveal a small sparkly bra. It looked like a bra. And this is sad. And this isn't good. Be conscious, be aware that these things are out there. There is a community known as MAPS, Minor Attracted People. And these are a sect of pedophiles, and pedophiles have been advocating for their rights for a good amount of time. But MAPS are becoming more on the forefront to promote the idea of minor attracted people in hopes of normalizing it, which is something I am definitely against. And there are Instagram accounts, Twitter accounts of minor attracted people. And it's very sad that this is happening. There is a user on Instagram, I believe his name is, I'm not going to say his name. I might put a link to his Instagram below, but I cannot pronounce his name. But he has a lot of followers on Instagram. And he poses very inappropriately with his little sister, who looks like an 8-year-old girl. And I don't even know why I did quotation marks. I'm so used to doing these. Anyways, with his little sister, and they're very inappropriate photos that I'm not going to post, that I was so disturbed by that I reported him myself. And he has all of these Instagram followers because he happens to be a very attractive individual. Again, I need to stop using the quotation marks. Anyways, he happens to be a very attractive individual, and so he's getting a lot of followers. People are saying, oh, he's so attractive, but other YouTubers are noticing that he makes these very, very inappropriate posts. Let me pause the video. I'm going to find his name, and I'm just going to put it in here. 1 sec. I actually am going to use his name, and what I'm saying is my opinion, and the opinion of other YouTubers who have found his page to be very appalling and offensive. And his name is E.U.C. Benitez. So I don't know how to pronounce his first name, Ewok, I don't know. Forgive me for the wrong pronunciation. And he has almost 400,000 followers on Instagram. And he posts very inappropriate, creepy photos. That even a lot of his followers notice, and they mention, like, bro, this is creepy. I don't want to get into detail about it, but it's not okay, and his page is still up. And then, you see even more of a normalization of MAPS, if you think about it. We've all, at least most of us, have heard of the Davey Vanity expose, and he was a very popular MySpace scene king, again with the exclamation quotation marks. And it's been found out that he was very inappropriate to underage women, underage girls, and it has been reported and alleged that Jeffree Star knew a lot about this. Jeffree Star, who is this very famous millionaire, YouTuber, beauty guru, knew about this, and in alleged deleted tweets posted that he knew about this, and apparently turned a blind eye. And if that is true, then that is very shameful, and he should be ashamed of himself. This is sad. This is wrong. And that's why I made this video. Is, like I said, we're dealing with an epidemic here, and please just keep an eye out for the little ones that are in your lives. Because due to lockdown, more children are getting abused, and it is wrong, and it is very sad. I can post a list of signs to possibly look for, but what I will say, look for in case the child is getting abused, like some maybe tall tale signs, but also if you even suspect a child is getting abused, report. It is better to be safe than sorry. It is better to be wrong and to have reported than to have not reported and to have been right. Children are innocent, and they really can't advocate for themselves. You know, adults need to be there for children. I wish more people had advocated for me when I was a child who was getting abused, and that is one of the reasons why I am so passionate about this. It's really sad. Some of the physical signs you can look for if a child is being abused, and I'm sad to say, is having a hard time walking, struggling with incontinence issues. If a child cannot hold in their bowels or urine, sometimes that can be caused by abuse of sorts. Hard time swallowing and gagging, unexplained bruises, unexplained or inappropriate sexual behavior. These things are some of the telltale signs of children getting abused. And I feel dirty just speaking these things, but it needs to be talked about. I will post more, just better safe than sorry, and I will post a link to I'll post a link for an 800 number to call if you notice any of these signs or if you have any suspicions, but also call your Child Protective Services. Better safe than sorry. All right, well, I love you all. I know this was some deep stuff, but we needed to talk about it. I just could not keep quiet about it any longer, especially with what Google presented. It was very wrong, and that was the straw that broke the camel's back for me, and I needed to make this video, even though it was a difficult one for me to make. All right, I love you all. Peace out.